Random record!
Hey guys, so today I was planning on doing a VCLT unboxing video for Beth over at B-Side Records, but her package kind of got lost in the mail and it's getting here next week. So I decided, what are we going to do when I got no ideas for videos? I always have ideas for videos. Why? Because I've got like 4,000 records and majority of them I need to know more about. So what are we doing? We're going to do a value vinyl random record deep dive. So we're going to go over to our Discogs here, pick a random record, listen to it, clean it up, restore it, make it good as new, and see what we can do about learning more about the artist. So let's see what we're going to pick today. Boop, boop, boop. Random record. We've got Paul Weston, Romantic Reflections. All right, let me go find that record and let's get it popping. All right, I got all my records but my classical downstairs, and yeah, I spent like $7-8 on one of those gigantic bones for baby girl. All she's doing is making a mess on the floor with it, bone bits everywhere. All right, so here we've got my Christian records. Down there I've got the children's records, my etc., my barbershop, and then what's up here? Oh, those are the world records, the French ones and the ones in Spanish. I've got my those are my major collections. Paul Weston wouldn't be in those, so he's got to be in my regular section. He's not classical per se, so I'm gonna go over to P. Yeah, some of you pedantic people, Discogs goes by first name, so I have to put it by first name so I can find them. Half the point of having records is to find them, and I bet looking at the spine, bam, there she is, Paul Weston. All right. Let's learn some more about this guy, Paul Weston. But first, she needs to get cleaned up.
Bag it up and sell it. 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 Bag it up and sell it.
There we go. Something discarded. Now like almost new again. All vinyl lives matter. All right, Paul, let's give a gander. What you got for me?
WHO, that spells who? Who am I? Who are you? WHO, that spells who? Who?
Who was Paul Weston? Well, first of all, that's not his name. His real name was Paul Westeen, S-T-E-I-N, and changed it because, well, there was a little bit of anti-Semitism going on at the time, and so he didn't want to worry about that. Many artists changed their names just to be able to be more popular with pop culture. He was born on March 12, 1912 to September 20th, 1996. Lived a long life. He was an American pianist, arranger, composer, and conductor who worked in music and television from the 30s all the way up to the 70s, pioneering mood music. And he was actually known as the father of mood music. Yes, that's what a lot of you vinyl collectors call the crap I will not buy. But he was the king of the crap you would not buy. His compositions include popular music songs such as I Should Care, Day by Day, and Shrimp Boats.
Shrimp boats is a common, their sails are inside. Shrimp boats is a common, there's dancing tonight. Why don't you hurry, hurry, hurry home? Why don't you hurry, hurry, hurry home?
He also wrote classical pieces, including Crescent City Suite, and also religious music along with several hymns and masses. Born in Springfield, Massachusetts, Weston had a keen interest in music from an early age and learned to play the piano. He was educated at Springfield High School, then attended Dartmouth College and Columbia University. At Dartmouth, he formed his own band and toured with the college band. He joined Columbia's dance band, the Blue Lions. I'm all for the Blue Lions, ain't I? Yeah, go Detroit. Detroit versus everyone. But anyway, back to what I was saying. He was temporarily unable to perform following a rail accident that he had, and he had to do some arrangements while he recovered. Weston sold his first musical arrangement to Joe Hames in 1934. After Hames requested more material, Weston's work was heard by Rudy Vallee, who offered him work on his radio show. Weston met Tommy Dorsey through Hames, and in 1936, he became a member of Tommy Dorsey's orchestra. Weston persuaded Dorsey to hire the Pied Pipers. After hearing them in 1938, the group then, of course, toured with the band leader. After leaving Dorsey in 1940, Weston worked with Dinah Shore, and because of that, moved to Hollywood and started being offered film work. In California, he met with Johnny Mercer, who invited him to write for his new label, Capitol Records. Weston became music director at Capitol, where he worked with a Joe Stafford, a lovely young lady, and developed the music genre called mood music. Stafford moved with them to Columbia Records in 1950, and Paul Weston and Joe Stafford were married in 1952. Weston and Stafford developed a comedy routine in which they assumed the guise of a bad lounge act called Jonathan and Darlene Edwards. Hey guys, editing Steve here. Listen, I love doing these deep dives because I find things that are just... Okay, I love stupid movies. I love Airplane. I love the Naked Gun movies. All those in that genre. The same guys that did those movies, as you may know, their first film they ever did was called The Kentucky Fried Movie. And I love the Kentucky Fried Movie. You guys ever watch Kentucky Fried Movie? Right? It's like, so many great one-liners from that movie. It's a classic. Watch it if you haven't. You must. But the intro credits to Kentucky Fried Movie, for the longest time, there's this horrible song. It's a loungy, schlocky song, and it just sang badly. And I loved it. And for the longest time, I always wondered who in the hell sang that song. And now I know it was Paul Weston and Joe Stafford in their characters as the Edwardses doing the song. Check it out.
Say, have you seen the karaoke? It's not a foxtrot or a polka. It has a little bit of blue rhythm that sighs. It has a meter that is tricky, a bit of wicky wacky wicky. But when you dance it with a new love, there'll be true love in her eyes. You'll dream of the new karaoke. Its theme is a kiss and a sigh. You'll dream of the new karaoke when music and lights are gone and we're saying goodbye.
The popcorn you're eating has been pissed in. Film at 11.
Their first album was released in 1957. In 1960, their album Jonathan and Darlene Edwards in Paris won a Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album. Weston's work in music is honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Every single one of these deep dives that I do, I like to provide you guys with a cool factoid. Well, here's the factoid on Paul Weston that I think's a cool factoid. You ready? He helped start the Grammy Awards. which were first presented in 1959, and he was honored with the Grammy Trustees Award in 1971 and spent 3 years as music director of Disney on Parade. Now, those are some cool factoids. People want to know who started the Grammy Awards? Well, one of the people that helped it was Paul Weston. Who was one of the first music directors of Disney on Parade? Paul Weston.
What else have you got?
Wow! I had no idea. I got this record for next to nothing from the thrift store, and look at what I found out. This Paul Weston guy seems pretty freaking awesome with some great music. Now it's time for me to go through my collection and see what I have other than the record that was picked that's related to Paul Weston. So let's check it out. First one I got here is this Danny Kaye record with Danny Kaye and the Klinger sisters. Oh boy, you better watch out, boys. Those girls are clingers. Yeah, just hit it and quit it. No commitments there. Anyway, the Klinger sisters, the Earl Brown singers, and the orchestration, Paul Weston and his orchestra. Well, here's a song from this record right here.
C'est si bon, lovers say that in France, when they thrill to romance.
I also have this Doris Day record, Day by Day, with Paul Weston and his music from Hollywood. All right. I love you, Doris. Boop. Boop. She's so cute. Hey, here's a song from that record right here.
It's always hello, my lover. Goodbye.
And some compilation records I got. I have Go With the Greats. Got Count Basie, Nat King Cole, blah, 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 blah. But going all the way down here is a song from Joe Stafford, I'll Walk Alone, and Paul Weston with Tenderly. Take a listen to a little bit of each of those.
I'll walk alone because to tell you the truth, I'll be lonely.
I have the Fabulous 50s. This is a 2-disc set that I got of old classics, and on there. And on here I have, if we look really closely, on side 2 of disc 1, the second song, will it go on there? Paul Weston.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Right there, and the song is called Nevertheless, I'm in Love with You. I wonder what that sounds like. It sounds like this.
Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm weak, and maybe I'm strong, but nevertheless I'm in love with you.
And we go to karaoke. Sorry. That Kentucky Fried Movie song gets in your head after a while. Anyway, I have this 3-disc set. The great band Swing in the 60s. It's a trifold chunk. And if we look really close, but in the disc 2 here, you'll see right there, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Nope. A Taste of Honey. God, that's a great one too. But where down here is What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. Yes, Joe Stafford
Zoom, zoom,
and the
zoom,
Pied
zoom,
Pipers
zoom.
with what? The Paul Weston and his
Zoom.
orchestra. Yep. That sounds great. I love that song. Sounds like this. Hope you like it too.
What the world needs now is love, love, sweet love.
It's the only thing that there's just
Too little of what the world needs now is love, love, sweet love.
Finally, for my Christmas section, I have The Magic of Christmas which I borrowed from Bree. Bree's collecting the Christmas albums. Thank you, Bree.
No problem.
And on here, on disc 2, there's a cover of Silent Night. If you can see the plastic there. Come on, Zoom-o-matic. Zoom!
Zoom, 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 zoom.
And it's from Joe Stafford singing it and Paul Weston and his orchestra. Wonder what that would sound like. Good thing you asked. Oh, you didn't? And you're sick of hearing my sound clips? Guess what? Here's Silent Night.
Silent night, holy night.
Hey gang, we're getting toward the end here. Thank you for hanging in. I know it's got to be hard. If you're not a fan of this music, sticking with me. You know, for being a small channel, I put a lot of effort into these videos for just a handful of people to enjoy. And I just want to say I appreciate that you're still watching this, because I'm going to say, I think the majority of you really don't care about the music I'm listening to and that I like, that I'm showing on my channel. And if you got to this point, you know what? You're awesome. And I thank you for being a good friend. Now, what do we need to do now? Now we need to listen to little excerpts of the album in question. We figured out who Paul Weston is, a lot about his life. Wow, what a great guy. Some records that I have that have him on it, but I haven't heard anything from this record. And the reason I want to show this specifically is this record wasn't in good shape. I got it at the thrift store, paid near nothing for it. And the key point is, you can clean them. You can make them good. You can, my point is that it doesn't sound bad, So what you're going to hear isn't a direct feed. It's going to be live, ambient sound into the microphone. But you'll at least get to hear it, and that the record's in good shape now. Wasn't when I got it. Sometimes you just got to put a little love into it. Don't judge a record by its looks. Judge by its listening to. And even if it sounds bad, it can get cleaned, and the scratches can get fixed, and you can have minimal disruption with the sound quality. So take a look, hang in there, and I will see you at the end. That's it, guys. Wow. That Paul Weston. Now I know a lot, and I'm going to keep my eye out. I especially want to keep an eye out for the John and Darlene Edwards records. You know, when him and Joe Stafford made up the comedy act, you know, and they sang really bad. That song was horrible. It was on purpose, off key and everything. I need those. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to get those for $1 in the bargain bins. Keep an eye out for me, gang. Do me a solid. Let me know if you come across any. I'm sure looking now. So, add to my list of my wish list are John and Darlene Edwards records, which is Paul Weston. So, hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a great weekend. And as always, all vinyl lives matter. Fool!
The popcorn you're eating has been pissed in. Film at 11.
At Argonne,